Hey everyone, Jeremy French, Interior Low Plateau Eco-Region Coordinator for the Southeastern Grasslands Initiative and Quail Forever. I often get the question when talking to people about grassland conservation. They say, Jeremy, what is the difference between a grassland remnant or a grassland restoration and a recreation? So I just want to take a few minutes to dive in here. I'm here at sunset at one of my favorite recreations that we have. Let's take a look. This place is just stunning. You can see all the native grass in the distance. We've got some helianthus angustifolia blooming here, some solidagos. Just gorgeous out here. You can hear it's alive with birds and bugs, and it's just really one of my favorite places. Now this is a recreation, and it's one of the best recreations I think around. Now, generally when we talk about a restoration, we are talking about restoring something that currently has a somewhat intact seed bank or root stock. So oftentimes when we find these remnants, they may be a little degraded or tucked away. They just need a management shift. They either need fire, or they need some overstory clearing, or they need some invasive species management. But overall, the seed bank and the root bank is still intact. It still has a lot of that biodiversity there, and it just needs the proper management. Those are generally some of our last grasslands out there, are these small grassland remnants that need restoration. Now, when we talk a lot in grassland conservation about recreation, well, what does that mean? How is that different from a restoration? Well, generally speaking, when we're talking about a recreation, we are going into a place that was historically a grassland, but no longer has an intact seed bank or root bank. Oftentimes they're agricultural fields, fallow fields, where the native and historic flora no longer exists or doesn't exist in high enough concentration in that seed bank. So generally in those systems, what we're doing is going in and using some type of disturbance, whether it's fire or herbicide, to set back the current vegetation and then plant a seed mix. That's what we've done here where I'm at in this restoration, and you can see all behind me. I mean, this is stunning. Now, both these are extremely important to grassland conservation. We need to be able to both recreate these prairies and restore or enhance these prairie remnants at times. Now, one of the hard things about prairie recreation is that we can only plant things that we have commercially available, that we can go buy seed for or collect seed for. So oftentimes what we see in our restoration or our remnants is that we have these more conservative species that hold on, that aren't commercially available, that we're able to save in those. And that's why protecting our few last grassland remnants is so critical. Not only because they harbor those conservative species, but those remnants can be used as a seed source for recreations and restorations. I hope that makes it a little bit clear. So just to recap, remnants or restorations or enhancements are generally utilizing a active, live, healthy seed bank and root stock to just restore and enhance that prairie, to allow management, to allow that prairie to return and be healthy, often using fire, maybe a little bit of invasive species management, or some overstory removal. Recreation, generally speaking, we are going in and setting back the vegetation to zero and then replanting from scratch a prairie essentially. And this is just a stunning recreation. How cool is that?